Good evening and welcome to Sydney Parade. Women's first night. It's Thursday night. It's the beginning of your weekend. It's the beginning of everyone's weekend, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. You see, tonight's game, Pembroke Women's Firsts, welcoming Malahide. I believe Malahide won the toss and have decided to bat first, and we'll see Thompson and Moore begin things from a Malahide point of view, and Kimberly McDonald will be opening the bowling for Pembroke. A little bit of a change today, with 4 cameras in operation, 2 at either end. And many thanks to Eli Clark, who's operating the ground camera at the nursery end. And Noel Walsh, of course, operating the camera at the St John's end. We have the 2 straight cameras, 1 at either end. And so we'll be providing you with a comprehensive view of today's game. If you are with us, and a few of you are, don't be afraid to get in touch on the live chat, which you can contribute to if you're a subscriber to this channel. Just share the link across to Facebook. Tonight's game is now a link on Facebook. We'll now go out on the group Pembroke Cricket Live on WhatsApp. You can join that by dropping me a direct mail, direct message, or anything else. But meanwhile, we get the game underway. First ball through to the keeper. Good delivery, good start from Kimberly McDonald, and that's exactly the line and length that Pembroke would be looking for early doors. Certain groups that we do send the link out to, if you want to be included in that at any stage, don't be afraid to get in touch with us, whether it be on the live chat or however. A very good evening and welcome to those of you who have joined us thus far. As you see, plenty of camera options available to us tonight. This one reaches the boundary. Thompson getting Malahide underway. .20 over game this one in the Senior League Division 1. Good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's a chair there behind. Yep, just as far as you can. There we go. And then you can adjust it off the arms. I'm joined in the commentary box, having listened to his dulcet tones from Australia, and that's another cracking shot through the leg side. And that one also reaching the fence along Cyril's way. Second boundary in the over, and a good start for Malahide. 8 runs coming from the first 5 balls. And here is that shot again. Full toss. And Thompson not to be denied, planting that one where it belonged on the leg side boundary. This one cut away past slip, running down to third. And I think this one might just be a single. to close out the over. First over through, Malahide reached 9 for 0, and delighted to welcome into the box Heatley Tector. Heatley, thanks very much for all your hard work while I was away.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. It's something I love doing, and working with this setup is just a pleasure. But I have to say, I wasn't expecting to see you tonight.
Well,
looking
50-50.
I would have thought so. In fact, I would have said sort of 90-10.
Well, it was. I was fortunate in not having to go to work today, but I did have an appointment at 9 o'clock this morning, and the sleep was a bit disturbed last night. But by and large, I'm trying to slip straight back into Irish timings, and we'll see how that goes.
Working tomorrow?
No.
No. Okay. Back Monday.
I have more dental. Yeah, back Monday, but I have more dental work tomorrow, and time to go and visit the parents and that sort of thing. And my granddaughter is in Ireland at the moment.
Oh, lovely.
So maybe meet her up as well. So we'll see
lovely.
how that goes. See, Niall today has a 4-camera setup. Eli Clark doing some magnificent work up at the nursery end.
Well, when you talk about a 4-camera setup, as I'm sure you're all too aware, that clip that went viral, where the podcasters spoke about, bloody hell, he's cut to another camera.
Yeah,
I'd love to let him know. By the way, he's cut to another camera and another camera and another camera.
Right, they were blown away by the quality of the work of Niall. And there is the first wicket. Captain Shauna Kavanagh has come on and struck with her second delivery, getting one through the defences, and that's the first wicket to fall. 2 sort of experimental sides we're seeing today. Neither, I don't think, are in contention for the league at this stage. Merion seem to have that pretty much wrapped up. But great to see Shauna opening the bowling and taking a wicket very quickly. And here it is on your screen.
Coming around the wicket to the right-hander seems to be such a... Oh, that's a good delivery. It's like an arm ball. It went...
Just pushing it across the bat. And she missed it, and it careered into the stumps. And, well, that is the first wicket. And many thanks to Eli for putting in the time.
Shauna may be thinking of a new career and forgetting about the gloves and just concentrating on sort of right arm around the wicket.
Well, Izzy McLean is the one with the gloves at the moment, and she fulfilled a sort of semi-keeping role yesterday for the seconds, in that she was bowling early on and then took the gloves for the second half of the innings. The seconds falling to defeat yesterday, and a lot of the players playing again today. Eli doing a super job there, as you can see, now switching between the cameras, and that has brought Condren to the wicket.
I think it's Sarah Condren. It's a very good first shot from Condren. That'll certainly settle all nerves, if there were any. Excellent shot. Gets off the mark with a 4.
Yes, Merion are up in Balbriggan today. As I say, they're continuing their... It looks like both their firsts and seconds are going to walk away with league titles.
It's a better delivery from Kavanagh. Fine shot.
Emma Mullin doing the fielding on the boundary. Yes, I came down yesterday for the women's seconds game and managed to get through that. And I think it was a help, actually, in readjusting to, right, and now it's bedtime.
Yeah. Well, I was down in Cork yesterday.
Nice.
And my journey took me to, I had to visit a chap literally, I'd say 500 yards from the Mardyke.
Oh, nice. Such a lovely area that is.
Nicely played. Just clip round to...
direct hit. Always exciting. That's well fielded by, I think that's one of the debutantes tonight. Anna Sims, perhaps, or Ivana Martin. Those are the two I don't immediately recognise. But that was a super piece of fielding. That
Was
will
a
give her
great-
a bit of confidence at the
Oh,
start.
absolutely. And to be fair to the non-striker, she took off immediately, which she needed to do, because while she was in, she wasn't in by a million miles.
No.
Yeah, so it was just very good cricket. It was a good shot. It was really well fielded, and it was well backed up. So, excellent cricket. That concludes the second over. Good start this by Rush.
Malahide.
Malahide, I beg your pardon. Sorry.
That's my fault. I
Nope, I
misinformed
should've-
you earlier.
I should have known when I saw the colours.
Will you excuse me just for a moment?
Yes,
Vinny?
of course. So 2 overs gone, and Malahide are 16 for the loss of just 1 wicket. Condren on 5 and Thompson on 11. It's a really good shot for no run. Driven hard into the covers. Shauna Kavanagh doing the needful. It's an excellent shot, that. Pulled wide of mid-on. The delivery was too short, and Thompson just getting herself in a very fine position to pull the ball wide of mid-on. In comes MacDonald. That's a wide delivery and is signalled by our umpire. Good start to the third over this for Malahide. Malahide moving on to 21 now. 21 for the loss of just 1 wicket. It's a really blistering start from Thompson. She's moved on to 15 off just 10 deliveries. It's a much better length from MacDonald. Had the batter in 2 minds as to whether to play a forward defensive, and in the end played a sort of nonplussed shot off the back foot.
Well, yes, just talking to Jack there, making some financial plans for the future. The sponsorship of the Senior Cup paying off for him. Not in a big way, I suspect.
Yeah, well,
Another boundary.
it's another boundary, and this is a really good start by Malahide.
Yes, something Pembroke suffered from yesterday as well on the seconds was one of the opening bats went on and got 82, and then coincidentally Bella Dunlop came in later on and scored a quick 33, and then had one of the most varied overs, I think is the polite way of putting it. It contained everything except a wide, so there were no balls and wickets. And all sorts going on. That's a cracking shot. A super piece of fielding by the skipper. That's leading by example.
Bella Dunlop, as in
Yes.
Angus's Bella.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I didn't
Playing for
realise.
Marion.
Didn't realise.
Playing for
yeah.
Marion seconds. And
Okay.
doing very well.
Yeah. Smashing hockey player.
Yeah. And has an arm. My goodness, she can throw it in from the boundary, that's for sure.
A good pedigree there.
Yeah. Another good ball from McDonald. Good length.
But a good single, really well taken. Again, positive running on the part of Malahide. And when I look at you, Craig, you're slightly Malahide-ish. You've got a black top. You've got a gorgeous coloured cap. I love it, by the way. It's sort of Aussie Malahide. Oh, wow, cool.
It is a Wallabies.
It is a Wallabies cap.
90% Australian wool.
Oh, it's lovely.
And
and I like the inner.
I got it.
Lovely.
I got it by swapping out a Lions raincoat, which was a thin layer of plastic. So
Which
I thought I
was-
very much came out the better of that deal.
Which sounds as if there was no warmth in it whatsoever.
No warmth, that was
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But no, it did keep you somewhat dry. Kavanagh trying to put a bit of extra pace on this one. It's played away to the square leg boundary. Yes, we had 80,000 people leaving the stadium at the same time, and what would you swap? And you must have something in Lions you want to swap. And I'm saying, well, I'm keeping my shirt on, and that sort of thing. And I said, I'll swap you the raincoat for the hat. And he went, yeah, okay. Grand, okay. So yes, loving the new hat.
Am I right in saying, did you need the raincoat? That was in Melbourne?
No, this was in Sydney, and you very
in
definitely
Sydney. You did absolutely
You either needed the raincoat or an arc. Good afternoon, Gordon.
I would have thought you possibly really good shot.
Oh,
What
that's-
a cracking shot that is. Shot of the evening. Just off the back foot, piercing the covers. Really good shot. You'll see it here.
Sarah Condren showing that Thompson isn't the only one with the shots.
Oh, glorious.
It's opening the face of the bat and placing it where she wanted to.
Beautiful cricket shot.
Beautiful 4 runs onto the total.
So Kavanagh continuing her spell.
Oh, another one fired down.
That
And that's
could be
going to
5 wides. Oh, careful, careful. I'm always there.
Oh.
Oh, well fielded.
nicely picked up.
Oh, brilliantly picked up. It's a great bit of fielding.
Well chased down and picked up.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
thought there was no chance of stopping that, to be honest with you.
kept inside the fence.
Yep. It's a free hit, though.
So can change the field once the single was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, sat down on Monday with the Nick Stapleton fan club in
Oh.
Darling Harbour.
Okay.
And
I've a couple of questions I have to ask you. But before I do, it's a really good shot. Kavanagh will be glad she changed her field there.
Laney Martin doing a fine job.
Yep.
Of course, I see we're playing Clontarf again on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Seems to be a never-ending battle this year.
Four games between the two sides, and this will be the 4th on Saturday. 2-1 to Pembroke at the moment, but one might say that Clontarf won the biggest one. The Bob Kerr game, the All-Ireland.
Yeah. Mind you, I don't know whether you got to see much of the Leinster Senior Cup final last Saturday, whether you were...
Well, having
were-
finished the Test match,
Yeah,
this was the date of the Melbourne Test,
yeah,
the second Test, which was
Yeah.
epic in its own right, and that last-minute
Yeah.
try by Hugo Keenan was right down in front of us.
Oh,
It was
class.
absolutely superb. We were at the right end for that, and absolutely superb. But then we got back to the hotel because the MCG right in the middle of town, so
Yeah.
it was only a half an hour walk
Yep.
back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
hotel. Wasn't interested in going out drinking.
yeah.
Which will come as a surprise to many people who know me. But we ended up going back to the hotel room and casting my phone onto the TV and watching. I watched the second innings from the start until there were 8 down, and then I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's now time for sleep.
Okay. This was last Saturday, no.
No, the Saturday before.
Saturday before.
Yeah.
So did you get to see any of last Saturday's Leinster Senior Cup final?
Last Saturday. Was it only last Saturday?
When we beat Clontarf, which
Yeah.
was the day of the
No,
Sydney
that's-
Test?
No, I think that was the day. That wasn't last weekend, it was the weekend before.
No.
Was it last
The
weekend?
bank holiday weekend.
Bank holiday
Yeah, it
weekend.
was
You have
last.
jet lag?
Yes, I do have jet lag now.
Yeah.
No,
No, it was
perhaps it was
last-
after the
last
Sydney
Saturday.
Test, but
So it must have been
but,
after the Sydney Test.
But yeah, definitely tuned in there.
Yeah,
and tuned in as well on the Saturday after the Melbourne Test.
yeah.
The
But it's
previous
just-
one for Brisbane ended up out in Kieran Volker's place, north of Brisbane, and we watched a game on replay back there. It was quite a strange evening, but it was really interesting seeing Pembroke cricket live from the view of a spectator, and especially an overseas spectator.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
well, you
it
were
was
very
good.
good to me, not last Sunday, the previous Sunday, when I was on comms Oh, what a shot. What a glorious shot.
Now, you said shot of the day earlier on, but I think that surpassed it.
What a shot.
Cracking shot down the ground.
You'll see here on our replay. Beautiful footwork. Oh, that is shot of the day by some distance. Glorious drive through mid-on. Followed up by a glorious forward defensive.
And Beale, it is bowling now from the St John's end. Yes, I was looking up a few stats and sending them on to you.
That was brilliant. It was brilliant because I was on a solo run.
Which is always a tough one.
And particularly in a 100-over game, and it virtually went the distance. So the only saving grace I had, and I don't know whether you heard, the great Danny Hogan.
Oh,
did you hear it?
The funny thing was, it took me a while to realise it wasn't Steve McCarthy. He was fabulous. It was one of the funniest things I've heard. Not as funny as Steve turning up 20 minutes later on his bicycle.
That was brilliant.
To come and set the record straight. I realised it wasn't Steve when he was claiming 250 senior wickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we all know that Steve's record is 208 senior wickets.
Yeah, but so I'm not sure whether I hope I did thank you on the day, but I'm
you did
thanking you now for sending me those bits and pieces. Yeah, but actually we had a few in the box that day. I had Harry Tector in with me. I had the great Steve McCarthy. I had AKA Steve McCarthy in Danny Hogan.
Oh, it was funny.
So it was great. It was,
because he was saying all the right words.
Oh yeah, well, we got Kiddo in. I don't know how many times.
Steve sounded like he had a cold to me, but it sounded like Steve because the phrases were just absolutely spot on.
Steve, brilliant.
And Danny did a superb job. I saw him last night and congratulated him on it. It was
he was
so
terrific.
Well worth the watch back.
Yeah. It's well bowled by Kavanagh, but it is a wide. It's a much better length. That's the sort of length that she...
She's just slightly off on a line there. She needs to be attacking the stumps more. And that's what she's trying to do, and that's why they're sliding down the leg side.
Yeah.
This one played away to the offside boundary.
Should just be a single. Is just a single.
Claire Shillington makes sure of that. Yes, going along quite nicely. 8 1/4 and over at the moment.
Flying.
But many congratulations again to the Irish women. Good win against Pakistan yesterday.
Oh, tremendous. Yeah.
And they're back out again tomorrow.
Yeah. As I said, I was down in Cork yesterday, so I was sort of following it online and via the stream, which was great. But it was a super win. You know yourself, to go 1-0 up in a 3-game series is terrific.
Absolutely vital, that first game. It does set the tone.
100%.
And it does give you 2 bites at the cherry then to win the series.
Absolutely.
And I saw an interview with the coach, Lloyd, and he certainly seems to be very determined to add an attacking element to certainly the bowling and fielding side of things for the Irish women. And I've sort of noticed that he's asking the girls to bowl with more pace, and certainly Orla and Ava Canning that I saw were doing that superbly well. And a great, of course, clean sweep against Zimbabwe after the 3 T20s
I
here.
think that is 9 of their last 11 games they've won.
Yeah, including the ones out in Bangladesh.
Yes.
Now they seem to be specialising in wins at T20, so it's particularly heartening to see the ODIs go their way as well.
Yeah.
And no, things going well at the moment.
No, it was a great start, and you've mentioned Lloyd, and skipper Gabby will be delighted with how things went yesterday. As Craig so rightly says, it's game 2 in a 3-game series tomorrow. again in Clontarf.
Yep, and again on Sunday, I think,
Yes,
is the
it is
decider.
Sunday. Yes, it is.
Let's hope that
Well,
the
let's hope
girls
it's
can-
not a decider.
Well, no,
Let's
that's
hope it's just a
clean sweep or
a
not.
Correct. Yes, wouldn't that be lovely?
It would be superb,
Yeah.
superb, because the girls are heading into qualification
Oh, crucial.
tournament soon,
Crucial.
and they really need that. Oh, they really need that to sort of keep the progress going and give them something to aim at. And I saw Andy Belboni was on comms with Andy Leonard and Isabel Joyce for that
He was
first.
Yes, he was. Yep.
And
yeah.
that's good to see as well.
Well,
Cricket Island utilising their employees,
Yeah, well-
so to speak. But
Well, I mean,
Andy has such a knowledge of the game.
how brilliant to have someone with, as you say, Andy's knowledge and with his just his depth and breadth of all things cricket.
Well, somebody's car stereo going Billy over there. Beale in again. Very distinctive action that we've spoken about in the past. Very square on, a lot of shoulder. But she does bring the ball into the right-handers. Does a good job of that too.
I have to say, an excellent power play from a Malahide perspective, Craig.
Well, this one nearly making the
Nearly.
fence after nearly beating the fielders.
So Anna Beale continuing her spell. It's a good delivery. It's a really good call by the non-striking Thompson. Looked as though Condren was about to try and squeeze a quick single, which wasn't on, but Thompson saying no very quickly. Talking about quick singles, there is one. It's nicely played, just clipped off her legs to square leg. It's just the single. And so that concludes the 7th over. 7 overs gone. Malahide now purring along very nicely to 54 for the loss of just the 1 wicket. They'll be really happy with this start. Skipper Kavanagh continuing with her spell. Coming round the wicket to the right-hander. It's a really good shot and an excellent bit of fielding. The shout goes up. Great fielding, Anna, and that's exactly what it was. Big appeal, but umpire not interested. Comfortably going down leg. It's a lovely evening this evening here in Sydney Parade. Ground looks as beautiful as it has looked all year. Quick outfield, good wicket, good cricket. And there is the second wicket of the evening. Kavanagh picking up her second wicket. Clean bowling the dangerous Sarah Condren, who scored an excellent 16 off a mere 17 deliveries, virtually going at a strike rate of 100. She'll be delighted with her batting this evening, and she should be. Kavanagh clapping the air, punching the air slightly with delight. She will be delighted with that. Good spell this from Shauna Kavanagh. So just 2 deliveries in her spell remaining, and what a really good spell it's been from Kavanagh.
It's the one thing about being away is having to speak to everybody. But he brought down the hedge trimmer.
Oh.
So that's my afternoon sorted for tomorrow.
Okay. Kerrison to the wicket, and just playing a forward defensive, and that concludes the 8th over. You know, the one thing about the women's game that I love, how quickly they get through their overs.
There's no messing around.
Isn't it fantastic?
Now, I have seen some captains on various teams during the years who, perhaps through inexperience or learning or whatever reason, who change a field every time there's a shot played.
Yeah.
And that can slow things up. But somebody with the experience of Shauna Kavanagh, she pretty much knows the field she wants and tries to bowl to it. And that's, as you say, there's no messing around. The other thing I've always liked is when somebody is out, the batsman that remains in escorts the out batsman to the sidelines and then escorts the new batsman in. So they're chatting on the way in as opposed to a batsman coming out and then having a chat.
Yeah.
And another way of
Never
saving
thought of that,
time.
but yeah, it does. Of course it does, yeah.
And of course,
because that little pre-first shot chat is very important.
What it's doing, or
of course.
what you've seen,
of
or
course.
whatever else helpful hints you want to pass on.
Yeah.
Georgia Beattie now from the St John's end. Pick of the bowlers for the seconds yesterday was Lainey Martin. She did a fine job.
Talking about women's cricket, congratulations to the Irish under-17 team who won their tri-series against Scotland and Holland today.
That's brilliant.
Well done to them.
I
Excellent. Series really competitive.
And that's what you want, is these girls to be exposed to real competitive cricket. And they certainly would have been over there in the Netherlands.
All games streamed, Craig, which is great. Great to watch. And
more and more we're seeing that happening. This one in the air, and a fine catch. And the celebrations will come. But that is a super catch taken on the offside, and it's a 3rd wicket down, and it's the big wicket of Thompson. And Pembroke needed that.
As you say, it was a fine catch, because I thought from the off, as soon as she hit it, I thought it was going to clear Point's head.
Yep.
But no, she took it way above her head. You'll see it here now.
Here is the replay. Bit of width. And in fact, the bat also trying to give herself room, and between the two, it made it a little bit wide, low on the bat, lifted, and that is a fine catch on the offside.
Excellent catch, The only thing, it was a really excellent knock by Thompson. She batted positively with great intent from the off, and has given her side, a very good platform on which to launch.
I see the plan has been that Captain Kavanagh, having finished her 4 overs, has immediately taken on the gloves. and is now field marshal from behind the stumps, as well as having bowled 4 overs, 2 for 22. Very Australian figures. You've heard the great Richie Benaud, 2 for 22, imitated by so many people, including our own Johnny Bell.
I was just, as soon as you said 22, there was only one man came to mind. The great JB.
Well, Hannah Moore was here last night. Hayley Moore. Hayley Moore is the new bat. 55 for 3 in just the 9th over, so they're going along at a nice rate, but it's the loss of those 3 wickets could come back to haunt them.
Just the last 2.5 overs, you'd have to say Pembroke have put a little bit of a squeeze on. Haven't seen too many boundaries struck. What an excellent over from Beattie, really exactly as her skipper would have liked.
It was good to see her getting a chance on the first 11 too. A chance to shine. Our bowling has come on a bit, and now it looks like it'll be Izzy McLean to come on at the nursery end.
This is a whole new meaning of all-rounders. We're going from bowler to wicket-keeper, from wicket-keeper to bowler.
And both will be probably batting in the top 3 or 4 anyway.
Yeah.
I was delighted to see, looking at the stats last night in connection with last night's game, that the 2 top run scorers in women's cricket in Leinster so far this year, both from Pembroke. Susie Whaley and Isabel Jennings, both equal on 426 runs and topping the charts in the entirety of Leinster women's cricket, and that's great to see too.
Well, I don't know of any young lady who practices more than Susie Whaley, permanently in the nets and permanently working at her game, so she's getting exactly what she deserves.
No appeal.
Runs galore.
No appeal from the... Don't walk through there. Walk round the front. Round the front. Thank you. We need to get some police crime scene tape.
Yeah.
Just to seal off the area.
Barber's pole tape. Well, bowled again from McLean.
Well, the departure of Thompson really has slowed down the run rate now. Well, just over her head. That was a chance, but it looks like it's...
Should be 2. Oh, and there's 4.
Run away all the way to the fence, having just cleared the bowler's head. Here it is again. Just enough to get it there, and once it hit the open turf, nobody was going to catch it. Nice fast outfield, of course, in August in Pembroke. Hey, Mark.
And I hear you say those, it's another very good shot. It's an excellent shot.
Well,
back-to-back boundaries.
It just goes to show me how much I know. I talk about slowing run rate, and suddenly back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah.
And Hayley Moore, a cracking shot. Excellent camera work from Eli Clark. He's doing a top job down there. Great to see.
I have to ask you, where is Eli?
You see the bar stool to the left of the scorers?
I do, yes.
There's 2 of them, and one of them is occupied by Eli.
Okay.
He's down there for this 20-over game.
In a blue top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Graham Mooney scoring under the gazebo.
Yeah.
Once again doing the live scoring that provides us with what I consider to be absolutely vital information.
No, sure, it's everything. So halfway through the innings, Malahide moving on to 64 for the loss of 3 wickets. Georgia Beattie into her second over.
The first one hugely successful. Wicket made. Oh no, yes, wicket maiden. The first one must have been.
It's well bowled.
This one.
It's well played. Really well fielded. Smashing.
It is great to see the advances that are being made in women's cricket, the standard of being driven by the national side down through the Super Series, and it really is helping the clubs as well.
Well, I talked to you there earlier. I just mentioned the Irish under-17s. So there was so many names that I didn't recognise. Tremendous young cricketers. You know, really terrific to watch and to...
Well, our own Zoe Bell out there.
Yes, indeed.
And in fact, I saw a video of her being surprised by the arrival of
Dad,
of Mum.
Okay.
Mum and Jake were over there.
I think Dad was there as well.
And great to see.
Yeah, lovely.
No. Big swing. No result on this occasion. 66 for 3 in the 11th over. Yes, I'm starting to feel like one of those marathon runners hitting the wall.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
A nice shot, but it's in the air.
Terrific shot, but it...
And a nice, safe catch. Well, you'd expect nothing else.
As soon as you saw who was underneath that, there was only one outcome.
Yeah, another wicket falls. 4 down then, with 66 on the board in the 11th over.
And another wicket to Beattie, backing up her splendid first over.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
One of those was a wide. So she's bowling exceptionally well, and certainly showing the captain and coach of the first 11 that she's capable of playing at this level. Has a nice action, nice repeatable action. Just keeps bowling the same delivery time and time again. Yes, the house is a bit of a mess at the moment, in the middle of the washing, the post-holiday wash.
Post-holiday wash, yeah.
Yeah, luckily today was a lovely drying day.
Powerful.
Almost made up for my car battery being flat this morning.
So when did you touch down in Dublin?
Yesterday at about 11. Oh no. Yes, about 11 by the time we got there.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a 36-hour journey from door to door. And of that, yes, 22 hours or something was spent in the air, but it was 14 hours or something just spent hanging around airports.
Give me your journey home. Sydney?
A taxi from the hotel. Oh, no. The bus for the hotel.
Yeah.
The bus had picked up passengers from the Hilton.
Okay.
And was 3/4 of the way to the airport when it had to turn round because he'd forgotten that he had another 16 passengers to pick up. So he picked us up, dropped us off at the airport. So then Sydney to Singapore.
Yeah.
With a 5-hour layover in Singapore. Nice airport and everything, but 5 hours I'm never going to get back.
It's nearly 4 too many.
Yeah, and then 13 hours in the air to get to Heathrow.
Yeah.
And then Heathrow, well, it's number 1 in the world for surliness.
Nice word.
It was just, you couldn't find a happy person there. Even going back through security, and it was just
Well,
pants. And of course, you're not in the mood for it after spending that much time. It was just, yeah, I would be avoiding Heathrow as a transit.
Well, I was in London myself on Tuesday.
Right.
I had a busy week. I was in London Tuesday and Cork yesterday and today. But I flew into Stansted, which I love.
Oh.
I love Stansted because it's
just isolated from everywhere.
Yeah, and it's small enough to care,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And really the complete opposite to Heathrow.
Yeah, the airports I try to avoid are Luton.
Yeah.
Luton is possibly, it's been voted the worst town in England to live in.
Luton has.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dreadful spot.
Okay.
Stansted is just so difficult to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
And then London City, you're into business class prices.
Yeah, well, I was on Tuesday. I was working very close to Chelmsford, so obviously Stansted is.
That's the one to go for that.
Yeah.
Essex.
It's perfect.
Essex
Yeah.
End. Oh,
Yeah.
Bit of air. Very nearly working for McLean on this occasion. Much better over for her this time. 9 came off her first. Flatter this time, and it's bowled up through the defences, and the 5th wicket falls. And that's the end of Troop's short visit to the middle.
I was just about to comment on the new phenomenon. Well, I consider it a relatively new phenomenon with bowlers of all age, of all ability, and that is bowling with your shades on. I could never do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't. It would feel
I understand
alien
the bowling
and
with a
weird
cap
to
on.
me. Couldn't do it, but yes, I'd understand it
especially
more.
in the women's game.
Yeah.
It does
with yes,
ponytail.
of course. Yeah, I get that, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, sunglasses. Gavin Hoey.
Yeah, all his life.
Yep. It doesn't do it any other way.
Graham Swan.
Yep. No, it's not something that I could.
But no, you see more and more of it.
So, a 5th wicket down, halfway through the innings. 12 overs gone.
Really, you'd have to say the first 6 overs, the power play overs, belong to Malahide, and the next 6 very much belong to Pembroke.
Certainly have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sporting the new hoodie. Looks good.
Yes, I tell you, I'm mighty glad. It feels good.
Yeah.
Because it's lovely and warm.
Oh,
And you can keep your hands
the
warm.
Ray Nichols ones are very nice.
Lovely.
Mine was worn all over Australia.
I could imagine.
Usually covered up by raincoats, but
Yeah.
that's another story. Back in 1 second.
So Georgia Beattie continuing her really successful spell. Cool. We've just got the most lovely present from Craig. Thank you very much. The Lion's Den.
That was the pre-match entertainment. And you got one of those, and then free beer, free wine, free cider, and free food. And the food selection was immense. There was at least 4 or 5 different choices in each one of these we went to, and there was one for each test.
Okay.
Another wide signalled. And it was for the 7,500 people that Lions Rugby Travel took out to Australia. And Sea of Red was the right description, which was pretty much the description in Brisbane, in the Suncorp and in the MCG.
So I've got to ask you about well bowled, really well bowled by Beattie. A really splendid spell on her part, this. I've got to ask you, was the rain as thunderous in Sydney as it looked?
Oh yeah. But it comes in bursts. It's not like Ireland where it's rained down for hours. There was a shower, and then there was a heavy shower, and then there was thunder and lightning, and you could see why they took the players off.
Yeah.
And in fact, they cleared the first 19 rows of the bottom
Yeah, I saw
section.
them head back up.
And friends of ours were sitting in row 21 going, does that mean we're safe, or does it mean... And you have to make that choice. But yes, the half an hour delay, look, it was unfortunate. I think as to which team benefited from it. And the series turned on such minor little things. You know, there was a lot of fuss about Jack Morgan's clear out, and there was nothing wrong with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Giving strange kids strange presents.
Who's that very polite young boy?
Andy Hills,
Oh, Andy's son.
Andy's son,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Andy being a Victorian,
Yeah.
he'll be keen that his son has a Wallabies flag.
Yeah.
And I certainly wasn't going to put it up anywhere. But it was something else where we were leaving Sydney and somebody said, what would you swap for the flag? And it was like, oh, I had one of these bags. And I said, oh, go on.
Yeah.
And took all my stuff out of it first, and so I ended up with the flag and the cap at Sydney. But with so much Lions gear at home, it's unbelievable. I suspect you'll see Angus Dunlop well kitted out
I would have thought so.
in Howden shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was...
But I getting back to Sydney, I've never seen a rugby match cancelled before. Never. It was the first for me.
It wasn't even that it was if it was cancelled, but delayed.
Delayed. Sorry. Yeah.
Taking the
Sorry, I
players
beg
from
your
the
pardon.
field.
Yeah.
It was unique in that regard. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen it in cricket. We had it ourselves in Warringstown a few years ago.
Yes, I remember.
That was,
I remember.
That was my first
I
instance
remember.
of
And
thunder
obviously,
lightning.
thunder and lightning is very prevalent to, American golf.
Yes.
You see the players very regularly.
They have the big siren.
They have
and
the siren, and immediately you're off the
just
course.
leave your ball there,
Leave
mate.
your ball there and get that golf club out of your hand.
Yeah.
It would act as a conductor. But I'd never seen it in rugby.
No, but it was a health and safety.
Yeah, of course.
Now, of course, 20, 30 years ago, they'd have played on until the player was struck.
Yeah.
And even then, you wouldn't know what would happen. That's a cracking shot through the offside. It will be chased down and stopped before it reaches the rope. But another 2 runs, and every run here now welcomed by the bench, the Malahide bench. So yes, it was something else, and the rain was teeming down, and you could see that there was sheet lightning
Yeah.
across the bay, I think they say. And they had to err on the side
So
of
over there, of
caution.
course, I have to ask you the question, following the Melbourne test, was all the talk about the Jack Morgan clear out?
Yes,
Yes.
which was to be expected. I mean, I've heard for years and years, I've heard about whinging Poms, but by golly,
Is a
Australia,
chance? No.
Australia went on and on about it, and really. It didn't matter who you brought out to speak, whether it be referees or players or ex-players, everybody had their opinion on it. But the truth of the matter was, it was a fine clear out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you looked earlier in that game, you had Skelton after the whistle going into the back of Furlong. quite deliberately, and after the whistle, Furlong was sort of relaxed holding the ball, and suddenly you get this big.
Jolt.
I mean, Skelton is not. He is a
He
man
is, sorry,
mountain.
but he is a monster.
Absolutely,
Like a monster.
and a magnificent player.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely.
And made a huge difference to that Australian team, and they will need him for the Rugby Championship. They're playing South Africa not this Saturday, but the following Saturday.
Well, I'm sure you saw the...
Go round the front. Go round. No, round the front. No, go round the front. It keeps you away from the wires.
Well, I'm sure, I don't know whether you saw the comment or not, but O'Gara, Ronan O'Gara, spoke about comfortably the best decision he's made
Was signing Skelton.
signing Skelton. Yeah, he said by a distance,
And
nothing comes close.
And from off the pitch as well as on the
Yes,
pitch. His
yeah.
influence, his
Yeah,
dedication, training, and he is a fine player.
That was a
But it was
hell
a
of a
cheap
player.
shot on the
Yeah,
back of Furlong.
yeah.
And I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, and again, even in the last test, Australia stretched out their lead with a try out of nothing, where the ball just came loose, guy picked it up and sprinted 50, 60 metres.
Yeah.
And that really put the Lions away at that stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And that could have gone the other way. So
Yeah.
there was so much in all
It
three
was-
games.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up being, you know, another series of sport at the very, very highest level. You know, split by a hair,
Yeah.
basically.
Yep, and that's
You know,
exactly
and
what you
that's-
want. And people are
of course
saying,
it is.
they didn't get 3-0. Look, the Lions don't win an awful lot of series. I mean, I come from an era since I was born. They lost in 66, they lost in 68, they won in 71 and they won in 74, but they lost in 77, in 80,
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember them all.
and then you're heading into the last of the amateur
Yeah.
in 87.
Yeah,
And Lions, I mean, I remember reading as a kid about the 55 series when the Lions drew 2-2 with South Africa, and that was considered
captained by an Irishman, Robin Thompson.
Yep. And that was considered the most successful tour in years. The Lions never really were the winning side, but they represented. This one's in the
It's a
air.
good shot. No, it's clears short extra comfortably. It's just a single, but a very valuable single. Creeping towards the magical 100 mark. Malahide now 87 for 5. We're halfway through the 15th over.
Bit of a breeze here today.
Yeah.
Not too much of a crowd, but first of training.
Oh, it's a smashing shot. That's a terrific shot.
That takes them into the 90s. And Anna Kerrison doing a super job.
Yeah, really good shot though.
You're seeing some really top-class batting and bowling here. And when you think that all the Irish stars are away at the moment, they're in the middle of that series against Pakistan. Second ODI, T20.
Second T20
Tomorrow.
yeah, in Clontarf. So be there or be square. It's an appeal, but not out. Yeah, I was wondering as to when I'd hear the phrase "whinging Poms,"
Yeah, well,
but it's
it was whinging wallabies, that was for sure. But that having been said, the press coverage, I was reading the Courier Mail, a Murdoch production.
and
the
where
day-
is
the day after the first
Courier
test.
Mail? Is that a nationwide newspaper?
I think it's
is
pretty
it?
nationwide.
Okay, yeah.
And
The day after the
day
Brisbane
after the
test.
first test,
Yeah.
there were 3 pages of coverage of that first test,
Wow.
but there were 10 pages of previews for Club Rugby League.
Wow.
That's the difference.
Wow.
Brisbane, very much a rugby league
Rugby
town.
league town, yeah. Yeah.
And then you go down to
Wow.
Melbourne,
Yeah.
and Melbourne is an AFL town.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
press covers an awful lot of AFL, and it helps
And,
that.
and I would have said that Sydney is the most rugby union
Yeah.
city of them all.
Yep, it was certainly the one with the biggest Australian crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the game, it was.
But when you think of, you know, probably the biggest and most successful club in the history of rugby union, Randwick,
Yep.
if you just look at the absolute greats that have come out of that club,
And of course, on the cricketing side, Randy Peets
Yeah,
as well.
of course, yeah.
I was down in County Coogee
Yeah.
and
Did you get any decent weather over there
in Brisbane.
in Brisbane?
Yeah, you had to go north to get decent
Yeah.
weather. And in fact, the Australian team have an early season series, and I think it might be Bangladesh or it could be Zimbabwe, but they're playing them in Darwin
Okay.
because it's
Yeah,
it's
of
just
course, yeah.
now Darwin has a history of massive scores and few wickets. Not a bowler's paradise by any stretch of the imagination. Anna Bill now on at the nursery end, always with a smile on her face, and she's doing a super job. Bit overcast here. It's not a bright summer's August day, that's for sure. We head into the tail end of the season, the business end, I suppose
Yeah,
some would
but
say.
I meant to say, when you mentioned the word in August, it sent a shiver down my spine.
Yeah.
Because I automatically think of 4 weeks left of cricket, really.
That's all there is left.
And that's
at
all
this
there is
stage.
with this. You know,
And then
a lot of the finals have taken place already for men and women at this stage.
we're now up to, and then it'll be 7 months of non-cricket.
Of lighting fires and switching
back
the
to that
heat
again.
on.
Yes.
And by and large, Craig, it has been a very good summer weather-wise.
Well, I saw
By
how
and
windy
large.
it was for Niall at the weekend. He had an exceptionally windy day. Well, he couldn't even put up the high camera. But by and large, yes, it's been a feature of this season that how few games have been called off due to the weather.
Yes. Yes.
And that's been an excellent thing. It hasn't always been balmy days or summer
No.
days, but we've got a lot of cricket played this year.
But we have had our balmy summer days as well.
Yep. Yeah, we had a few in April and a few then in June. But of course, the big
Who
news
knows,
while I
mate?
was away was the cup final win, and what an emphatic job Pembroke managed to do that day. All bowled out for 244, but the bowling was just superb, and thanks to Blake McDonald for that century that got them up to that 244. But it was very much the bowling side, and the fielding was just absolutely top
my
class
goodness.
for a club side. It was right up there. Now, club side packed with representative players. There's Tarbox.
Well, I always say, with Tarf being 50 odd for 5,
Yes.
56, 7, 8 for 5.
Oh, Merion going along very nicely at 119 for 2. Again, Merion probably doing enough to take the title this year. Can't remember the last time I looked at a league table for. Well, according to the league table, actually, Pembroke are top.
I don't think that's right.
2 points ahead
Maybe,
of Merion,
yeah.
but I suspect. No. Merion with a game in hand,
That makes sense.
and they're going to win certainly today. Of course, with 9 teams in the league, somebody always has a bye, and Pembroke haven't had theirs yet. So that would explain why. But they will remain ahead of Balbriggan, so it could come down to Pembroke Merion again, but the odds very much in Merion's favour.
Right now, yeah. Should be a wide delivery. Is a wide delivery.
And this had been a much better over for Lainey Martin. Great to see her back bowling again. Bowled very well last night.
And bowling very well tonight.
That's the pick of the bowlers last night for Pembroke, as Merion seconds put up a massive 168 for 4.
So that concludes the 17th over. Malahide 97 for the loss of 5 wickets. Just the 3 overs remaining. Run rate just under 6. 5.7.
We see the return of Kim Lee McDonald now at the nursery end, as highlighted by Eli Clark's camera work there. Nice production has just stepped up another gear again. Cameras high at both ends and on the ground at both ends.
I find it weird to see the guys
Yes,
who are training in view. It's brilliant though, isn't it?
it is absolutely fabulous. We're just to the left of that picture. And seeing the tag rugby going on, it reminds me of a few years ago when the whole setup was down that end of the ground.
Yeah.
But Nan has done some good work this season in expanding and changing things, as Mullin makes a slight misfield, and Anna Lynn is the one who does the tidying up. So yes, met up with Kieran Sharp whilst we're over there.
There's my old pal.
Sure, he's in flying form. The stories he was coming out with. He always had a great story or two. He was telling us about how he has now represented Ireland at 3 different underage cricket.
Just got to stop you there for 1 sec, because that wide brings up the 3 figures for Malahide. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Oh no, it will. Somebody put it in as 2 wides.
There we are. Yeah.
And there it is properly. 100 for 5.
100 for 5.
Yes, he's played for cricket overage and underage.
Okay.
Nothing in the middle, but he's played both of those. He's put his name down for the over 40s. This one in the air on the offside. Beats the fielder, will run away to the fence, and that's a cracking shot.
Yeah.
Much needed boundary for Malahide. You can tell from the noise on the bench that they're delighted with every run they're picking up here.
It's been a really good knock by both Tarbox and Kerrison.
But he's also picked up another international cap. And
Give me a clue. Don't tell me, but I got to get a clue. I think I...
put it this way, John Eales is the Australian champion.
It's not frisbee, or it's not softball, or... John Eales.
John Eales is the Australian champion.
I love his
and
nickname.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. Yeah.
And he was one of the guys on stage for the dens as well.
Yeah,
He
I'm
was
sure.
for
Yeah,
the
of course,
theatres.
yeah.
He was interviewed on those. And then Justin Harrison, who of course stole the line out from Martin Johnson and prevented that 2013 team
Of course.
from winning the series. But you'll never get it. I don't know how to give you a clue without telling you.
Okay,
so I'll
you
just
gotta
tell you.
me.
Sudoku.
Sudoku. Go away.
It started off with a couple of Australian guys saying, how can we be capped and represent Australia or something? And they went, and the simplest of catches
Catches,
on
yeah.
the offside. And that's another wicket, the 6-1 to fall. And again, Shillington making the catch look so simple. And another wicket for Pembroke, and the first for Kim Lee McDonald. 106 for 6. So these Australian guys went around and found out there is a World Championships for Sudoku, and that Australia didn't have a team, so they set it up and they held a national championships with 4 entries.
On a 4-man team.
Yep, and they were all then selected, and they held an international against an Irish 4. There you go. Just got underneath that one and just lifted it gently into the offside for the 6-wicket fall in the 18th over. And so the Irish held their national championships in Sydney, not that highly publicised. And then they played an international later that same day against Australia, and it was warranted as an international, and he got his cap that way. And they got caps and everything, like embroidered caps, all done properly. Oh, absolutely. Brilliant. He showed me some pictures and he said, look, if you happen to bump into John Eales, mention to him about the Sudoku. and he was doing the thing on stage, but there was never a question and answer thing that I was waiting for.
Of course.
Otherwise, you'd have been flying in there with that one. Oh, another wicket.
It is another wicket, is it?
I say it is. Bowled, and it's out.
No,
And it's the 7th one down.
No, she's not leaving.
And she is now.
Leaving.
Now,
Sorry.
it wasn't dissent that she wasn't leaving in.
No,
It was
not at all.
complete misunderstanding as to whether she was out or
Absolutely,
not.
yeah,
And she is.
Yeah.
And she's on her way. And that is the 7th wicket to fall down. And both bats will head to the sideline. One to remain there and one to collect the new batsman coming in. Bit windy now, picking up. But here is this wicket again. And you just see... clears the front foot out of the way, but doesn't make contact, and it just went straight through onto the stumps, and she wasn't sure if she was out or not.
Not sure whether Shauna was sure as well. I think it just clipped the outside of the leg stump.
Yeah, it didn't do an awful lot to the stumps, but did enough. And there you go, 106 for 7.
I think she was wondering, did the wind
Knocked
remove
the bails.
bails?
Yeah. Just making sure
Which
it
is
was
a
the
very-
ball, and it was valid. And
Perfectly valid.
and as I say, it certainly wasn't dissent.
No, I
as soon
think
as soon as she was told, she was on her way. So Anna Beale now to bowl her 4th over. Thudding into the pads, but no appeal. Anna Beale well aware of how much she moves the ball towards the leg side.
Yeah. Anna Beale reminds me of a guy who I saw here at the Cup final last Saturday, Colin Hayne.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember Collie Hayne?
I do indeed.
Collie bowled exactly as Anna does. Big induckers.
She reminds me actually of Terry Alderman.
Yeah. Terry Alderman.
Terry
yeah.
Alderman was very square on, but got a tremendous amount of movement.
He was some bowler.
And he terrorised English batsmen for
He
a while.
was some bowler.
He was more like a rabbit farmer. He had so many guys who just didn't know how to play him.
Fantastic. Slightly off the wrong foot as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never looked right, and I think that was part of his.
But boy, was he right.
He was effective, that was
He
for
was
sure.
fantastic.
I think he took 34 wickets in an Ashes series once.
34 wickets.
Wide down the leg side.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he had some
34
immense figures against England. As I say, he was more like a rabbit farmer than a bowler. He had so many bunnies.
You probably didn't get to see too much of the recently concluded Test series
No,
between England and India, which was a terrific series.
you just saw that it got a bit spicy.
yeah, it
about
did. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether spicy is the right word. I mean, it was just
competitive edge.
competitive edge. And look,
And there were
two-
disagreements about how
two
many overs to
lovers,
bowl.
Yeah, I
and,
mean, two fantastic teams, and they both.
and the last one came down to 5 runs or
yeah,
something.
it was fantastic.
Chris Wokes going out with his arm in a sling.
It did everything. It was as close to 2005 as you'll get, really.
Well,
You know, with 3 of the Test matches basically going
right down to the wire.
to the wire. Yeah, it was
And
fantastic.
it just goes to show it is the best form of cricket
Ah, by a distance.
from the players' point of view and from the spectators'
Potatoes,
point
yeah,
of view.
absolutely. I mean, to see a full oval on Sunday,
Yeah.
knowing that England only needed 34 runs,
And yet people still made the effort to get there to be
Paid
part of
20
history.
quid?
Yep.
30,000 people paying 20 quid.
And all this talk of reducing test matches to 4 days, I think,
That's the end of that.
utter kibosh.
It is utter kibosh.
Now there is talk of this 2-tiered test system, where some of the teams will play Division 2, and will there be promotion, relegation? They're not sure what they'll do on that regard.
It's certainly something I would love to see.
Yep.
Love to see it. And any time I see the hint of a mention of 2-tier Test cricket,
I'm very much in
zooming
favour.
in on. Huge.
And in fact, you know which nation is playing the most Test matches in 2025?
Unbelievable, Zimbabwe.
Yeah, 11 Test
Oh,
matches.
fantastic.
The new CEO there has come in and said, we're meant to be playing cricket. So,
But if you
so go
look
and
at
play.
the crowds they've been getting
Yeah,
in the Harare Sport, in the Wanderers, in the sports club,
yeah. Oh, then
you know, colossal.
you see why.
Colossal.
Yep, you see absolutely why.
Oh, there she is. Welcome home, honey bunny. Nice to see you. Wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yeah. So, into our final over. Malahide 111 for the loss of 7 wickets. Just the 4 deliveries remaining.
You do the second innings for me, James?
I carried up, I could hear you fading.
It's well run unless it's a direct hit, and it's not so.
Close.
Yeah, well done though. They've 3 wickets in hand. There's only 3 balls remaining. Dead right.
Might as well go for everything.
Oh, absolutely,
Take it all on.
absolutely. Hit and run stuff nearly.
Kim Lee 2 for 26. 3 balls remain. That's a nice shot. Waited on it. Just played it around to the leg side, and
They're going to take 2, and they're dead right. Yeah. It's good cricket on the part of Malahide.
Every run matters here at this stage. You're in the last over.
Acutely
so
aware.
See how you go.
Sneaking up to the 120 mark.
Which is always considered, well, in the women's game, I would consider par.
Yep, I would too.
The men's game has changed. I remember playing Whelan Cup games, and if you got to 120, you thought you had a winning score. Not that way these days. They go through for a leg bye here.
I would have said it. You got to 20 off 120
Yep.
in the old days of the Whelan Cup. You felt you were in with a shout.
Yeah, if you scored
The
it
Tulane,
over
the Salvo.
5 and over, you
Oh,
thought, oh, we're in
here
with a
we
shout
go.
here. These days, that doesn't work in Test cricket, let alone T20s.
Certainly not in baseball Test cricket. Final delivery of the innings,
Oh, that's
and it's a wicket. No more than MacDonald deserves. She's bowled really well tonight, and so that concludes the Malahide innings.
3 for 28
Oh,
in
brilliant
her 4
spell.
overs, and that is fabulous stuff. Again, getting a line and length just right here. That I thought she was going to be in trouble for LBW, but no, it went past the pads, crashed into the off stump, and did exactly what you'd want it to. 20 overs then completed, 115 for 8. Pembroke will need 116 when they come out. There is the card. You can see Thompson's start really got them off well, and Kerrison looked after the tail. The partnership with Amelia Tarbox was an important one, and after that, well, wickets just fell by and by.
Good knock by Sarah Condren, nearly going at a strike rate of 100. She got 16 off just the 18 deliveries, but as you so rightly say, Thompson was really, along with Kerrison, was the star of the show from a batting perspective from Malahide. So they finish on 115 for 8 as we look at the bowling card here.
Well, the start in terms of wickets taken, Kim Lee McDonald 3 for 28, but Georgia Beattie, she came on and took 2 for just 11 runs from 3 overs. Shauna Kavanagh, the captain, well, she came on and bowled, opened the bowling, bowled her 4 and then kept wicket. So her 2 for 22 were very important up at the top of the innings. Izzy McLean picking up that 1 wicket, and something that we've always been on about with the women's game is the number of extras, and 23 actually doesn't sound unreasonable today. It's a bit breezy out there, and a few just dropping down the leg side. So there you go, those are the cards from the first innings. Pembroke will require 116, just under a run a ball, and and we'll see how they do in the second innings when Heatley, you'll be joined by James.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Craig.
It feels like rain, doesn't it? It's a couple of bowls. States in the north. Yeah, they were three of the best ever. They did beat them in a very good game, but they won the trophy, whatever you call it, trophy series. Yeah, Sladge is playing. Just got to get her back bowling.
She's not bowling.
No. Fingers crossed out in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Oh. Greg, how are you?
Good.
Good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Give me a middle edge. Kind of hard seeing that.
Right time, isn't it? It is. Exactly.
Someone's down there.
Well, welcome back everyone for this run and chase between Malahide women's first and Pembroke women's first. It's been a very entertaining match so far. Malahide posting 115 for their 20 overs, and that could prove to be a good challenge. It's a defendable score anyway, so it'll be interesting to see how the run chase progresses. We have a very strong side here at Pembroke, even with all the internationals on other duties. So I think we're in for a great chase there, Heatley.
I agree, James. It has the potential to be a very good game. Obviously, a lot of experience on strike. Claire Shillington opening proceedings with...
it's a beautiful cut shot, wasn't it?
With a classic Shillington shot. Just rocks back onto the back foot. Beautiful shot. You'll see it here. Watching the ball. If you watch her head position here. Beautiful.
So still, isn't it? And she
Yeah,
gets on top
glorious.
of that and just cuts it right down into the ground. Splits the gap, and with such power straight to the boundary. No chance of cutting that off. We just... so it's Condren who's opening the bowling for Malahide. Good stride forward there by Shillington. Just plays it off to the covers for no run. Yeah, so... what have I done with my...
Forgive it if it looks a little faded. It's fine.
No, sure, that's no problem at all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Oh, this one here just...
And there's what I think will be the second boundary of the evening.
Yeah, it is. It's a full
Sure
toss. Drifting towards the leg and just worked around the corner there by Shillington. Just helped it on its way. Didn't really have to put a lot of effort into it, but it was a lovely shot. Again, just showing her class. And all of a sudden, she's got 8 on for, I think, 3 balls. And it's a start that Pembroke will be delighted with. So it's Izzy McLean and Claire Shillington opening for Pembroke. And I'm just going to get the score, the bowler's name.
Sarah Condren.
Sarah Condren, thank you. Again, another one played out through the covers, and this one goes to the boundary again. Wow, Shillington's in excellent form. Just leans into this one. Nice position there, and just splits the field. She seems to make it look so easy. Almost drags it onto a stumps that time. Ball was quite wide, and Shillington went to try and cut it away again. Probably just a fraction too wide and got the bottom edge, but luckily no damage for her.
Well, I can think of few cricketers who will enjoy this wicket as much as Claire Shillington. You know, great carry.
Yep.
Claire, so capable of getting on top of the bounce. As she's proven. Is the first bye of the innings.
Yeah, she's sticking to that wide off stump line. That one just probably stayed a bit lower than the others. Anyway, very good over there for Pembroke, 13 from it. Well on the way for their run chase now. Malahide really need to find a really good line of length here just to start putting the brakes on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing Malahide, you'd have to say, James, they didn't want. Was, you know, Shillington getting off to a quick start.
That's just the thing, isn't it? It's like on whatever level you're on, if you get off to getting a couple of boundaries early on, your confidence is really increased. You know, you feel like, oh, well, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it very well. I can be here for as long as I want. Is it Hannah Moore or... Anyway, Moore is the...
Yes, it is.
Is the other opening bowler for Malahide. This one drifting down the leg side, and it's whipped away, and I think it's going to be another boundary. Another good start there, and that was Shillington as well. So she's dealing in boundaries essentially at the moment.
Yeah, Moore just straying with her line.
Yeah, and you can't give Shillington that sort of ease.
It ain't going to work, I'm afraid.
I think they'd be better off actually just almost working on, I don't know, just a Yorker or just a... But it needs to be that real off-stump line, I think. Just cramp her up a bit at the moment. She's been given lots of room. And that's the first run they've actually had to run. Just played away there, the sort of backward point.
Shillington is going at a strike rate of over 200.
Yeah, that's some sort of start, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it during the first innings. You enjoyed the cup final last Saturday? It was a great day, wasn't it?
It was one of the most entertaining games I've seen in a long time. It was a really good day. Huge crowd.
Massive.
Great support for Clontarf, which was great to see as well.
Yeah.
And it was great to see good support from, I guess, both clubs, but also a lot of the internationals come down. And the weather held out, and it was gorgeous weather, really.
It was a glorious day.
It just turned out to be fantastic, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
The ground played well. It was just perfect conditions. And,
quality of cricket was very good, I thought.
I thought the Clontarf bowling attack was very good.
Oh, superb.
And unfortunately, from their point of view, the Pembroke batting attack was good enough just to get a defendable score around about a 240 odd. It was, I think, 242 or something like that. It was, and unfortunately, from Clontarf's point of view, they just didn't get going.
Yeah, it's hard to recover when you're 50 odd for 3.
Well, I think that, yeah, exactly right. I think one of the defining moments, though, was the catch that Tim Tector took out there, in the point region. I thought it was going to go over his head for a minute there, and he just got back and somehow plucked it out of the air, and I think that really sort of kicked Clontarf when they were down almost, and it was just set the tone. And
well, I think given who it was as well, James, given that it was Curtis.
Well, Curtis out for a duck, first ball duck.
Yeah, he's such a good player.
Oh no, you let him get going. I expected him to get a century that day.
Yeah,
I really did. I thought,
he's a great cricketer, and
I've seen him play some of the international games where he's saved a day or helped post a decent score, and to get him out that cheap, I think that was like, it's going to be relatively easy from here. I mean, they all bowled well, but Harry Tector had a blinder of a day. Got 3 really important wickets.
Cricket is one of those days where sometimes either with ball or with bat, it's your day.
Yeah.
If it's your day with the bat, perhaps you're dropped early on or things work your way. If it's your day with the ball, that catch that Tim took comes off 9 out of 10 times. Perhaps it doesn't. So it was. It was a great day.
In some ways, it was poetic justice for the great take that was taken off his batting. Remember he?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Clontarf in the mid-wicket catch that dismissed Tim.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad shot. It was just the most amazing catch. And I mean, that was the thing. The whole day was quality cricket.
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought David Delaney bowled beautifully all day. Curtis bowled very well, as of course you would expect him to. Owen Delaney, such a dangerous man with the bats. He has been such a brilliant cricketer for such a long time now.
And that's just the thing. It could have, a little bit of luck going the other way, and maybe Clontarf could chase it down. It was just everything came together just right for Pembroke that day. And obviously a lot of work goes in it to make that luck, but I was just sorry. From a spectator point of view, I don't think you could ask for much more.
I think the icing on the cake was the weather.
Yeah, it was. It's an excellent day. No running for the shelter or anything like that at times. It was just glorious to be out there.
You're running for the sun cream the
I
odd time.
think pretty much.
Nicely played by McLean. Lovely shot.
Yeah.
That's it. That really is a gorgeous cricket shot. Just clipped through mid-wicket for 4. That gets her innings well and truly underway.
Yeah, that's lovely, wasn't it? Just beautiful timing. Just glorious. Do you feel that's the boundary that makes you feel a bit more comfortable?
Yeah.
A bit more settled. Always very difficult to bowl to batters who are in such excellent form. You just think, well, what is the line that,
Yeah.
Now, Shillington has the ability just to find gaps, just that years of experience of just, playing around fielders. And so it's almost, it's really difficult to set a field for her. He's McLean. Yeah, he's great as well. Like, they just know how to open the face of the bat or just get in the right position just to get past the fielder more often than not. So at the moment, 3 overs gone, 25 for the loss of no wicket. It's a great start there from a Pembroke point of view.
Yeah. Running at over 8s at this stage. That's exactly what you would like in the power play. But liking it and getting it, as we know, are 2 very different things. And it's been a smashing start. 25 without loss. Halfway through the power play. Condren continuing with her spell.
That might have been Condren who just bowled, actually. I think we're just waiting for a live
Sorry.
scoring to catch up. Yeah. That's a better line. But still worked away on the offside there. Just sort of gets it wide of the point fielder and they can get through for an easy single. Again, just being able to manipulate the ball is a great skill that Shillington has. McLean now on strike.
Yeah.
Sun just getting a bit low in the sky at the moment, but shouldn't really be an effect in too many fielders. If you're in the cow corner, it could be quite difficult to take a high ball, but yeah, not a bad line and length that. As long as she doesn't drift too wide, I think she'll do a lot there just to sort of stem the flow of boundaries. This is more that is. I think Niall make some good adjustments to the
absolutely perfect
facilities. That's
it's a good
one of the
delivery.
better. Yeah, it's a good
appeal.
I think that's the right line she needs to have.
Yeah.
It just sort of drifts in a little bit or something, just cramps up the batter. If you watch it again.
I think perhaps both height and drifting down leg.
Yeah,
We'll have a look now.
Yeah, just started off in a sort of a middle stump line and just was going down leg.
Good decision. A very good delivery. Nicely played.
They get through for another single.
Yeah, good work on the part of McLean. As soon as she hit it, she took off. There's no delay.
I know these batters can hit the ball quite powerfully, but I wonder if it's just everyone in the ring there could just take 2 steps forward. And it might just make enough of a There we go, in the air down the cow corner, and one bounce over the rope. And it's another boundary there for Shillington, who seems to be scoring them at will.
That's a glorious shot, James.
Wasn't it ever? It was just like once you get past that ring, over the ring, there's no one there to stop it. And she played it with conviction. That was lovely. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 2 bounces.
Well fielded by the skipper of the first 11.
This one just cut away again there. Just gets
That
between.
could well go. Wouldn't surprise me if it did go. That outfield was so quick. Oh, well fielded.
Well fielded.
That's terrific fielding on the part of Malahide.
Yeah, she never gave up.
No, exactly.
Saved a run at least for her side.
Yeah.
So, four down now. 33 on the board. Looking very comfortable for Pembroke. And I wonder what Malahide can do to get that breakthrough. I guess they just got to keep working hard. Stick to a good plan. Maybe just they're discussing now, I guess, field adjustments. Field is quite deep on the ring, and so it does allow for quick singles. Looks like a change of bowling. Just waiting for confirmation on that to come up through live scoring. I think this is good for Malahide. You just got to keep changing up. If it's not working in 2 or 3 overs, try something different. Bring new bowlers on, you know.
Absolutely.
Again, I think the field is just a bit too deep. You see especially on the offside there's a single there. Oh, sorry, the onside now.
Yeah.
It's a single there every day. You just got to drop it and run. You can probably even pick up 2.
You would pick up 2 if you just dabbed it to mid-wicket, but that ain't no dab.
Well, I guess if you can hit it like that, you don't need to dab it.
You don't need to dab it.
Just gets past the mid-on fielder there, well, basically over mid-on fielder's head, and goes down to the boundary. Really fast outfield, as you'd expect from an August. Very limited rain sort of scenario.
Yeah.
And the ground has always been in tip-top shape this season, but at the moment, it's like a billiard table.
Again, on getting back to Saturday, I thought the ground looked absolutely magnificent.
I mean, you just thought there's going to be such a run fest because you're going to get value for your shots. And some of those, Clontarf bowlers, the opening bowlers, they're very quick, and you just think you get an edge on that, and if it gets past the slips, you can almost get almost a 6 if you just get a bit on it.
Absolutely. Talking about boundaries, there's another one to the total.
Well, it looks like Shillington now is going to go into 33 off 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old cricketing phrase, she means business.
She does indeed.
And doesn't she today?
And I mean, you just can't bowl wide to Shillington. This one, great use of the feet. It's cracked down there to the mid-off region, but they come through for a single. Brings McLean on strike. McLean okay, she's 6 off 11, but compared to Shillington, she seems to be being very conservative. Now that's a big sweep shot. Yeah, well, there is protection out there in
Just the single.
the deep. The ricochet, it's off the stumps, the throw, and they can run through for an extra run. It's sloppy there. It was a good throw, but just unnecessary. They were well and truly home.
Yeah.
It's cost them an extra run.
Good alertness, you'd have to say, on the part of Pembroke.
Yeah.
Being-
Good lesson there to watch all the balls.
Yeah.
It's getting lots of flight, but they're able for it. They're positioning themselves well to get onto the ball. Another one that hits the stumps.
Wow.
Well, she's making a case, isn't she, to say, don't run on my arm. Whoever that fielder is, but this time they don't get through for an extra single.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it's not easy to hit that type of delivery. You know, it's...
Yeah.
You've just got to have patience. You've got to let it come to you nearly.
Yeah, you do indeed.
You know.
It's the bowling I actually find the most difficult to play
Yeah.
for that reason, because you can't just play a good front forward shot and use the pace of the ball. You've got to actually hit that sweet spot immediately, otherwise it'll pop up the air for a catch, or
Yeah.
you'll play over the top of it, and it's incredibly difficult, and sometimes just to get some power onto it.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. To try and generate self power is not
Yeah.
easy off a delivery like that. But anyway, 5 overs gone, 1 remaining in the power play. Really strong start this for Pembroke. 46 without loss. Shillington 34 not out. Izzy McLean 9 not out. McLean on strike. And that, I was going to say, may go for a boundary, and it won't go for a boundary. Brilliantly fielded, because that was hit with power.
Yeah, full toss just hit with, as you say, incredible power on the square of the wicket there. There was a fielder there, and she got a body in the way, which is good for the team.
Yeah. Well
That's it.
bowled.
This one just, pitched in a good line and length there, and the difficult sort of length to actually play, and just played away to the cover region there for no run. That's the line she should stick with, I think.
Yeah.
Well, that length at least. It's, you're not sure to go forward or back, you know. That's it. She seemed to have found it now, and this one played away into the mid-wicket region for no run. So just making the batter think twice about it now. And they do need to find some way to stop the flow of runs. This one drifting the leg side. It's going to be called wide. They thought about a single, but decided better off it.
You know, there is something very soothing when you're in the comms box in Sydney Parade about the dart.
It kind of is, isn't it?
It's
You just hear it chugging away in the background there.
That may be a boundary. That is a boundary.
That's a nice shot by McLean. And that brings up the 50 for Pembroke
Yeah.
in the 6th over. And they're almost halfway there. And so far, Malahide is struggling to find sort of any chink in this armour at the moment.
You know, and what they need, and they need it with immediate effect now, is really a breakthrough.
Well, they really need to get Shillington out. But McLean now looks like she's taken on the aggressive role. And it's going to be another boundary, back-to-back boundaries there.
I'm not sure whether that was a no ball. Will there be a free hit here? Nope.
No, just... oh, no, it was called a no ball by the square leg. Yep. So has they...
Is it a free hit?
Should be, I would have thought.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Okay, just lots of chats out there between the umpires. So will McLean make Malahide pay? And it looks like there might be.
Is the answer.
Yeah, that was hooked over the rings heads and goes down the cow corner, and no one can stop that for another boundary. So this has been an incredibly expensive over for Malahide. $16 from it so far.
With the delivery to come.
Now they have dropped someone back in the cow corner region, so they've got their 2 out ring players on the leg side. With the ball, it's a good comeback actually.
Very.
It's played on quite wide, and McLean couldn't reach it, and it goes through for a valuable dot ball from a Malahide point of view.
Yeah, but it's a really strong Pembroke power play. 62 coming off the power play. So
Wow, that's it. In excess of 10 and over, and still got
colossal.
10 wickets in the shed.
Yeah.
Well, it just doesn't at this stage doesn't seem to be Malahide's evening.
Yeah, you would think there's sort of a long mountain to climb from a Malahide perspective here. But cricket is a game which turns on fine margins, and
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, if you got these two out within the next sort of 5 runs, you've still got best part of 50 or so runs to
oh,
get,
absolutely.
and anything can happen.
Yeah.
But something needs to happen for Malahide, like right now.
Right now,
Otherwise,
yeah.
they're going to just run out of time.
Yeah.
There's enough quality batting coming through now that you'd have to think that even 50 runs wouldn't be that much of a challenge. Even if everyone just gets 10 runs on each, you're there. That's a lovely shot, but just straight to the cover fielder.
Sun making a rare appearance.
Yeah, just getting.
August sun, long shadows, James.
Aren't they ever? You can see them on the pitch there. This one just drifting down leg. Shillington tried to sort of send that over the boundary, but missed it. It goes through for a wide. Another extra onto the total.
Well fielded. Oh, that's a terrific bit of fielding.
Yeah, the point fielder there was really good. Picked it up and got it in quickly.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Again, I think just a bit too deep.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to get broken teeth or hands or anything if you're too close, but I just think sometimes 2 or 3 metres or so in, you can just make it questionable whether there's a single there or not. If you put doubt in the batter's mind, then you can potentially get some opportunities for wickets.
Yeah. It just means really, the fielders within the ring, there's a single to them every time, and that's nicely played, but it's your example there again. It's just dabbed down to sort of wide gully for another single.
Yeah, it's just well played. I mean, there shouldn't be a single there, you'd think. That's the thing, they're just getting dab touches and just waiting for that loose ball, and they can put that away. And at this stage, it looks like the only ones that are going to get the Pembroke batters out are the Pembroke batters.
I think that's a fair comment.
And that was probably the only thing you could probably remotely call a rash shot. Or not even rash, but just a mistimed shot.
Again, that was just a good length delivery. That's the length that Malahide haven't been able to consistently bowl at.
That's exactly right. So, 7 down now. 67 on the board. It's still a very high run rate. From a Malahide's point of view, that wasn't a bad over. There was only 5 from it. But again, they were all singles, and I wonder if they could have saved 1 or 2 of those singles by having slightly different field positions. Craig and I have been boring the listeners senseless for years about talking about this.
No, but it's
well, at least
it's a valuable topic to be discussing. And again, if you look at mid-wicket there now, James, there's from short fine to mid-on.
Well, even just from a perception point of view, I'd even say, okay, leave the others out, but bring mid-wicket in by 2 or 3 metres, just so it's kind of in the eye line.
Yeah.
Again, that one just dabbed down to sort of, you say, wide gully or backward point, and they easily get through for a single. And I'd actually say to her, stay where she is now. Don't move any further, stay there.
Yeah.
You know, you're safe enough if the ball's hit to you. You've got enough time to either catch it or get away from it.
Yeah.
But now she's moved out of picture, that sort of gully fieldsman, and again they can just lean the bat on it.
Shillington on strike.
They should have big hoik shot and misses it completely. Lucky it was drifting down leg and didn't hit the stumps. So that's the first one she's actually missed.
Yeah.
So we do have change bowlers at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Thompson, who was very good with the bat earlier, thought she batted beautifully. And again has started well with the ball.
yeah, this is good for Malahide. I think they probably should have bought her in earlier in hindsight. She's bowling tricky length, having the ball drift into the batters. And again, getting a bit of flight there, so it's actually not coming on too strong. Oh, this is the full toss though. She overdoes this one, and this one's
Well
hit out.
fielded.
There is someone down there in the cow corner region who will keep that to 2. Well struck,
Yeah.
but there is protection down there now that the power play is over. Just lost her line there. She just obviously tried to put too many revs onto the ball and just ended by having a full toss. That's a better line. That's great length.
Yeah.
Just played safely back to the bowler.
Again, it's been a very good over this. It's exactly what Malahide required. The icing on the cake will be a W now.
Again, almost identical ball, just played back to the bowler. Another dot, and that's a great over there from Malahide. Just the 4 from it. But from their point of view, still no wicket down. McLean's now moved on 28 from 27, so she's put her foot down. Shillington 36 off 22. And they don't seem to be very much troubled by this bowling attack. Even though it has slowed down from the rapid start they had, they're still eking out 4 or 5 and over.
Yeah.
And as a result, there's 71 for the loss of no wicket after 8. And stampeding towards that total. 45 required now. And got 72 balls to get it. Just waiting for the other bowler's name to come up. Another spinner. This one's in the air, but it's going to fall safe. It's going to fall between 3 fielders out there on the offside. Sort of towed up into the air. Sort of the first sniff of a chance, but it wasn't really a chance at all. But encouraging signs.
Well bowled.
Yeah. I think this is good that they've actually brought in the spin attack to slow things down and make it a little bit trickier. As you were saying before, Heatley, about floating the ball and making it difficult to do the big shots now. So it's down leg and it's going to get played around the corner. There is a...
They should get 2 there. They will get an easy 2. They may even take the 3rd. No, they won't.
Good fielding down there.
Yeah, very.
Back of the square.
I have to say the Malahide fielding has been very good.
It has.
You know, they've been very encouraging of one another and
Kerrison is the bowler.
again, that's a really good length.
Yeah. Yeah. McLean had to get right forward there to play that nice cover drive just for 1. It's been an over or 2 now since we've seen a boundary. Will this be a breakthrough over 1? Again, this one played down to that sort of wide gully region, and they get through with another single. You
just feel in the last couple of 6, 7, 8 deliveries that maybe something could happen here.
Yeah, it does have that feel about it, isn't it? That all of a sudden, if you could call it that, that Pembroke feel a bit shackled.
Yes.
Will they try
Yes.
to do something to...
Yes. Yes.
And in the scheme of things, they're not. But it's funny how when you've been scoring lots of boundaries and all of a sudden you're not, you feel like,
Yeah.
oh, they're getting on top
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's where the experience of someone like Shillington will be able to, you know, and maybe even McLean, but, you know, they can think, okay, there's no need to panic at all. Look at the scoreboard. Everything's going according to plan. We now don't have to do any risk. Just keep doing what we're doing, picking up 4, 5, 6 and over, and we'll be home before we know it.
Yeah. So 9 overs have been bowled. Pembroke purring along very nicely. 77 without loss. Shillington on 38 and McLean on 32. The break in play here.
I'm not sure if they
Umpires
were
coming together.
asking for a drink or they're asking for some new gloves or something. Or... Yeah.
Just wondering, are the umpires discussing light? 'Cause it has got a little dark here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the discussion is there, but I didn't think the light was that bad.
No, but I'm not sure what it is they're discussing, unless it is how many overs a particular bowler has bowled. And it looks as though they're asking the scorers a question. So maybe, yeah, I think that's what it may be. They're unsure as to...
Yeah. Anyway, it's taken a long time to get the information, whatever the
Yeah.
question might be, but
It has been a long pause, this.
has
No
anyone
one-
had to go off the field and just trying to see if there's anyone?
So, are they looking for another fielder? How many fielders are on the field to play?
Yeah, just if there's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
9. I only see 9.
I can see 10.
10 now.
She maybe the other fielder had to come off for a bit.
Maybe she had to.
Yeah, there's some reason.
Just see that it's a very good shot now that it has clouded over.
But there was still enough sunlight streaming through those clouds to keep playing.
Looks as though play is about to resume after what appeared quite a long break.
Spin attack is going to keep on going, as you'd imagine.
Yeah, it's Thompson, I think, to continue her spell.
It's one of the full toss. And
That's well hit. I don't think there'll be any stopping that. Indeed, there won't.
yeah. There was a player down in Cow Corner where this was hit, but they were a little bit squarer than they
Yeah.
probably needed to be. And I think she actually should stay where she was.
Yeah.
Or even the person now who's in mid-on, sort of deepish mid-on, might as well just come back to the rope.
Yeah.
Let the bowler try and cut off any ones that might be there. That's a good ball. Again, just played straight back to the bowler defensively.
I think one of the difficulties Malahide have had, James, is, bowling 6 deliveries consistently. We've had a loose first delivery. We've had a good second and third delivery. But they've struggled to string an over together, which has been problematic from a batting perspective.
Well, that's it. You know, you can't build pressure if you're giving a boundary away or giving 6 runs and over away. You know, you need to try and get 3, 4, 5 dots strung together in a few overs in a row. Unfortunately, I think from Malahide's point of view, they're probably beyond that now. I don't think if they did that now, it'd be a bit too little too late. We're already 82 runs on the board and we haven't even got to the halfway mark yet. We're 1 ball away from finishing off the 10th over. So maybe in hindsight, they need to bring this spin attack in a bit earlier. That's lovely. Just whipped off the leg stump. Don't pick up 1. Wasn't fielded cleanly, so it was going to be an easy run.
It was sort of a field kick. Slightly. Mind you, the kick was accurate.
The kick was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yep. Yeah.
So 10 down now, halfway for this chase. 83 on the board with the loss of no wicket. And Pembroke are going to comfortably cruise to this victory.
Yeah. They require a mere 33 runs for victory. So you would think it's only a formality at this stage, I would have thought.
Not a big hit there, and it clears the ring and goes straight down to the boundary into the long on sort of region towards the clubhouse, between the clubhouse and the side screens. Yeah. Lovely strike there. Shillington now moves on into the 40s, on 42.
Excellent camera work.
And I just wonder now, okay, even though you've let the game slip too much, shake up your bowling or shake up your fielding attack to sort of say, okay, at least let's get a couple of wickets for pride. At this stage, it's way too comfortable. This one hit straight back over the bowler's head. They'll just pick up the 1. But Shillington go an aerial here. So you think, okay, well, how can we set a trap? How can we at least catch her out? I think, that a bit lucky not to be put away there. It was a bit full, that delivery.
Yeah.
But again, because the field's so deep, even if they miscue it, there's a run there.
An easy single. Not even a tight run. It's an easy single. I would imagine Shillington will look to continue her onslaught here. You may see her coming down the track. Yes, you do.
Yeah. Another boundary there, straight to the clubhouse. Lovely cover drive. Good use of the feet. She's got a great back lift. She gets great power when she connects.
Yeah, glorious shot.
It's almost a replica.
Oh, it's well fielded.
They still get through for the single. It does hit the stumps. There is a half heart of the peel there, more of a desperation than anything, but it's not given. So Shillington on 48 now, from 31, and doesn't look to be troubled at all. Now, will McLean let her get another 2 runs to get her half century? This one is just hit down to the mid-on region. Again, fielding too deep and they can get through for an easy single.
Yeah, I mean, both batters going at a splendid strike rate. McLean over the 100 mark and Shillington closer to 140, 150.
Yeah. And well, it's just really showing a disparity in, I guess, in these two teams, really, isn't it? The class and the skill level.
Hasn't been easy for Malahide. But they certainly haven't lacked enthusiasm or effort. It's a good shot again. There should be 2 there, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there
got
is
2.
an easy 2.
Well, I hope that if they do watch this broadcast and any other broadcasts that they've been associated with, that they can look at it and say, well, this is where our lines are wrong. We need to actually just be in these other areas, and we can focus on that in the nets. Oh, that's going
surely
to be
that's a no ball.
It is. And this is a no ball. Will she run out?
No, I don't think so. Or is she?
I think she might have been running. She's walking anyway.
She is walking.
So they got themselves out. But, good bit of play there by Malahide. They
But again, it just shows they haven't given up.
good stuff. They finally got a breakthrough, 95-run partnership, and
We'll see it here.
watch this replay.
Excellent fielding.
Good accurate throw. McLean way short there, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Excellent decision on the part of the umpire. Excellent work on the part of the bowler. And a very calm head on the part of the... Sorry, excellent work on the part of the fielder and a very calm head on the part of the bowler, I thought, James.
I thought so too. Didn't panic and didn't try to throw the stumps down by. And as we say, good evening to
Craig and Amanda. Yeah.
Craig and Amanda, and go off and get some Zeds, maybe. No, I'm going. We've got this week off. No game for us this weekend, and I'm going down to West Cork on Sunday. Oh no, I'm working down there. But Stephanie was going to go down there anyway, so I said I'd come down. My boss said, "Why don't you go down with her and work there, and then do something in the evening?"
That music isn't going to be enough.
Oh.
So I'll be watching. I'll be sending in comments. So Peatley, can you sack that guy?
Yeah.
Well, good breakthrough there from Malahide. A little bit too late, one might think. But can they pick up a few more just to make that scoreline look a little bit more in their favour? To get through for a single. Kavanagh's off the... Is she on strike now, or did she get a run? I wasn't quite concentrating there. Anyway, Shauna Kavanagh's the new batter.
She's on strike, yeah. I think...
that's right, yeah.
It was a leg by. I wasn't cause like you. I was saying goodbye to Craig and Amanda. And there's another wicket.
And Shillington looks like she's just perished on 48.
No, that's...
was it Kavanagh?
I think it's Kavanagh.
Oh, maybe the score, the live scoring hasn't caught up. It was a full toss. Didn't quite middle it and just popped it up to the, I guess, the cover fielder.
Yeah, good catch.
Good catch. One brings two.
Absolutely, yeah.
And all of a sudden it's gone from a 95-run partnership to, 2 down for about 98 at the moment. Yeah, just a bit lower in the bat than she anticipated, and a great catch.
A very good catch, yeah.
An
awkward height, that
yes.
height can be. You're not sure whether to
duck,
cup or,
yeah. I think that's the same fielder who was involved in the run out in the last over.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a very, very good fielder, if it is the same one.
Yeah, well, I think the fielding in general on the part of Malahide has been top order.
Yeah.
They've done very well. And as well as anyone, when you find yourself at, as they did, 96 without loss, it's very difficult to keep the heads up and the enthusiasm levels.
Exactly right. When it's character building, it's so easy for the shoulders to slump and you think, why bother? Just let it go through. But, this is where you show your mettle a bit. And even though the game slipped out of your fingers, it's like, let's get a few wickets though. Let's go away with some sort of victory. Let's win a few overs. Even Muller out there now, the new batter. He just plays that way to the offside for no run.
So my prediction, James, for what it's worth, is that Shillington is going to go hard the next over if a single isn't taken this
Yep.
ball.
This one, yeah, just drift into the pads and couldn't make connection there, and just results in a dot.
Yeah.
So very successful over there from from Malahide, and 2 wickets in it. It's a no ball run out and a great catch. So, you know, that's a great win there for Malahide. Can they string a few more wickets together and at least go out? We've taken half the side down.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Change of subject. What were those nibbles you gave me at half-time called?
Oh, called Violet Crumbles.
Violet
Yeah.
crumbles.
Don't know why.
Is that an Australian?
It's an Australian product. I don't know why it's not exported, because it's delicious.
They are absolutely delicious.
So essentially, folks, they're really nice honeycomb surrounded in chocolate. And you can get them in
It's
either
a type of crunchy.
It's a type of crunchy, but it's not as soft in the middle, and,
Yeah,
it's a little bit more harder and robust, but just I think
it was
nicer.
lovely. Oh, beautiful.
For some reason, it never seems to get exported out of
It's a
Australia.
bit
except
like
for
the famous biscuit in Australia.
the Tim Tam sort of
The
thing.
Tim Tams, yeah. I love the Tim Tams.
Yeah, so that's always one of my delights when I go back. I sort of, you know,
Do you tuck into the Tim Tams?
I get a few Tim Tams, a few Violet Crumbles, and a few other
Oh,
local, you know, delicacies.
So where was home for you growing up, James?
Well, kind of a few places actually.
Okay.
Melbourne was
Yeah.
one. Hobart down in Tasmania was another.
Yeah, I love Hobart.
And then Brisbane up in Queensland. So we moved around a bit with my father's work, and
Okay.
so yeah, got to see a fair bit of the country that way.
Yeah.
But out of all those cities, I'd say that Melbourne's my favourite. I spent most of my time.
Okay.
So when I left Brisbane, I went back to Melbourne for about 20 years before moving over here.
Okay.
That's one just again popped out to the mid-off region. This results in a dot ball. This is Harley now for her first over, new bowler.
It's done very well.
She has done very well. She's only conceded 1 run for the young lady. This one's a full toss.
Don't
Just trying to
think
be-
they'll stop that. I think that will go for 4.
Yeah, there it is. It's just
Does,
gone
yeah.
over the rope. Yeah, just trying to be too hard, one would suspect there. Just lost control. And Eva Mullins off the mark with her first boundary.
Splendid shot.
And now the difference is just 12 runs to victory. Can Shillington get on strike to get her half century? It's the better length. Played out there to sort of cover region and results in the dot. So good over there, really.
Excellent over.
Well done, Harley. It's
Yep.
She was going very well. Even with that boundary, it was only 5 from it. So after 13, Pembroke first 104 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Well, on my visit to Australia for the T20 World Cup, I took in Brisbane, Melbourne,
Oh yeah, there was.
and Hobart.
All right, you did
T3.
cover some miles.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but I loved the whole trip, but I loved Hobart.
Yeah, Hobart's a nice little town.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it
'Cause
is.
It's small. It's easily accessible.
And you can walk
easy
around
to-
it.
oh,
Yeah, it's-
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's also going to be a leg by. No, Hobart. We were going actually back to Australia this Christmas. You know, we
Okay.
try to get back about every 3 years to
Yep.
see the rest
Yep.
of the family down
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And we're taking about 6 days down in Tasmania. We're going to
Oh,
do
class.
Hobart and that sort of region.
Class.
My son's never been down there before.
Okay. Oh, lovely.
And even my wife, I don't think my wife has either. So it's going to be great for them to go down there and see it. And it's a different
It's a different vibe.
It is a different vibe.
A different vibe in.
So I spent 4 years there in Hobart growing up. So
It's a good shot.
It's a good shot. Anyway, forgot to mention that Shillington's 50 is already up. That seemed to pass us by without really any fanfare.
Well batted, Claire.
Yeah, well batted. Just such a class player.
Has been for such a long time.
Well, you kind of think if, she could still cut up with the best, she could still play in, the Irish side. You could imagine if she felt that way inclined.
Yeah.
Or at least challenge for a spot anyway. But
Again, very well fielded, James, because that was hit hard.
yeah, it was hit hard.
And the hands are cold.
Yeah, like you say, it's difficult to keep the enthusiasm at this stage. Sometimes you'd be tempted to let it go through so we can go home.
Yeah.
But
It was
no.
just one strike away from a Pembroke victory. Just the 6 runs required.
1 ball left in this over. Let's see, Alison, her under 17s, had a good win against the Netherlands.
Yeah, they had a great win. Yeah. I am obviously with my parental hat on. I was glad to see her playing cricket again.
Yes.
She's been out since November of last year. She came back from Bangladesh with the Irish team she came back early from that tour with a stress fracture. And it's been a long time, and when you're a young lady who loves cricket, not to be able to do something you love is not easy. And
No.
so even though she's not bowling, which is a strong, suit of her armoury, she's glad to be back batting and glad to be back with her friends. And
Oh, it must be such a great feeling, because it must have been so frustrating for her to have to sit on the sideline. And
yeah, well, still hasn't bowled yet.
They don't want to rush those things.
No,
but
you can't. You just can't. But yeah, she was delighted. Again, I think there's always something special about playing with your own age group. James, I think it's always a nice thing to do. They're your pals. They're the people you've grown up with, who you've played with since you were, a little boy or a little girl. And she was great, and the entire team were great. They had a great.
No, there seems to be a really good camaraderie amongst them all.
Yeah.
They seem to be really good friends and connected well. And Irish cricket seems to be getting better and better and stronger and stronger in all the formats. And
if you look at the women beating Pakistan, really very comprehensively.
Oh, it was.
That was a comprehensive win. It may have only been a 13-run victory, but the margin of victory was a lot greater than 13 runs. That's hit hard. And that will or won't go. No, it
was
won't
stopped.
Go for 4.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you would have thought a couple of seasons ago that, within sort of 30, 40, 50 for a Pakistan score, you're doing well. Now, hopefully there's some good self-belief that coming through in the last year or two that, on your day you can beat almost anyone, or you can beat anyone.
Oh, absolutely. That should be a wide delivery. I think it will be a wide.
Pembroke edging ever closer to this victory margin.
Yeah.
Malahide can take some encouraging signs out of this. It's taken to the 15th or 16th over for Pembroke to win. So at one stage, it looked like they'd have it all finished in about 11 or 12 overs.
Sorry, I love the cricket batter across the crossbar. Fantastic on the bike. I love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Reminds me of myself and my pals when we were that age. The cricket bat was always part of the bike.
This one just drifting their leg. And unfortunately, it's another wide. And
I
is
thought
that victory?
I thought it was.
Is that victory now?
Yeah.
I think that might be the end of the game. That is. He's just
Yeah.
umpire. I think just acknowledged
I
that.
think it is the end of the game.
Yeah.
And yes, it is the end of the game.
Well, that sort of went out for a little bit of a puff as opposed to.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there we go. Pembroke winning, you'd have to say, very comfortably, in doing so in the 15th over. They required 1-1-5, I think it was, for 1-1-6, I beg your pardon, for victory. And they have achieved same in the 15th over. Both teams shaking hands, of course, shaking hands with the umpires. And that's been a good evening's work on the part of Pembroke. Excellent batting on the part of Claire Shillington, who had a major say in proceedings this evening.
And Malahide, who are a very young team,
Very young,
will
see them there.
be able to learn a lot from this. And I don't think that they should be disheartened or anything like that. I think that they put up a pretty good performance.
I think they were great.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I do think so too. And I think there's a lot of learnings here, but they're going to come back stronger and look out for future seasons. I think that they'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And congratulations for them for, keep on the fight. They didn't give up until the very end. It was a great performance.
Yeah, no, full of spirit, and they can be very proud of themselves. We just look at the Malahide batting card here. Meg Thompson and Sarah Condren getting Malahide off to a flyer. Anna Kerrison doing exceptionally well, but just after that the middle order didn't quite fire as Malahide would have wished for, and they finished up with a total of 115 for the loss of 8 wickets, with Amelia Tarbuck's scoring 15 off just 22 deliveries.
You see the Pembroke bowling card now. Kimberly McDonald had a good evening. 3 wickets for 28 off her 4. Shauna Kavanagh, which is a surprise to see her with the ball. You don't see that too often, but she picked up 2 wickets, just bowling really good lines, cramping up the batsman there and getting to crash into the stumps. Georgia Beattie had a great night as well. 2 wickets, 1 maiden, 11 runs, fantastic. And Izzy McLean picked up a single wicket herself. But good bowling there, except for 2 exceptions. It was all under economy rates of under 6. But the only worrying thing there, I suppose, from a Pembroke point of view, is 23 extras were conceded. They could probably do with
Half that,
if
not less.
Yes.
There we go with the Pembroke batting card, dominated by that brilliant opening partnership from Claire Shillington and Izzy McLean. Shillington finishing up 53 not out, and a fantastic innings by Izzy McLean, who scored at a wonderful strike rate of just over 100, scoring 41 off 38 deliveries, and Emer Mullen scoring 9 not out. So a very comfortable win in the end for Pembroke, as we look at the Malahide bowling card.
Yeah, so that's a slightly different story. You can see there from the top 3-4 bowlers that Pembroke got off to a flyer. Hayley Moore and Tarbox really got some stick there, going 10 or plus and over. But again, encouraging signs. They just need to work on their lines and lengths to get those a bit tighter. But they only conceded 3 extras in that chase, 13 extras I should say. So that was quite a good tight bowling performance from that point of view.
Excellent, I have to say, on the part of Meg Thompson. I thought she was very good.
I thought so too. Yeah. And so there's a summary there. You can see there was just very much a one side of the fair in the end. But, well done to Pembroke and to their good bowling attack and their batting strengths. But Malahide there can take some comfort. There were some good starts there from the batting side, and there was some good bowling, but it just wasn't their day today. But they'll come back stronger.
Absolutely. So well done to Pembroke. Commiserations to Malahide, but a very sporting game and a game we greatly enjoyed. Our thanks, as always, to Niall, who has overseen affairs and done so with such aplomb. Thanks to Craig, and I wish him a good night's sleep tonight. And James, as always, it's been lovely having you
Thank you, Heatley.
in the box. It's been great. Really enjoyed our chat, and I look forward to the pair of us sharing a mic over the next couple of weeks before the season runs out of steam on us.
I know, it's stampeding towards the end now. I just also like to say thank you to Eli Clark for operating the other camera down the other end.
And our Malahide guest.
And our Malahide guest.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
We encourage other teams to send someone over to come and have a few minutes on the microphones anytime they want. It's always good to get a visiting side's perspective and insights. And thank you everyone who did stay around to view the game. Really appreciate your attention and that you follow Pembroke Cricket Live. It makes it very interesting for us and very enjoyable for all.
And we've got to mention the saga continues this Saturday.
That's it.
Pembroke turf yet again, with what feels like for about the 48th time this year.
I know, it feels like
It's not quite, but it's
feels like we're stuck in the twilight zone sometimes.
absolutely. But anyway, Pembroke Live will be here, of course, on Saturday to bring you every ball. In the meantime, we wish you a very good evening from everyone here in Sydney Parade. Good night.
Good night.